I got the thing on fully auto, bro.
Have you talked to Ben Askren in a while?
I've never talked to him.
I want to take a picture of like my right hand and your knee and do a close-up and say, do you recognize these?
Let's go! We have a show August 4th. You want to go then?
Hell yeah. Is there a fight that brings you back into the cage? Is it Colby 2?
Why are you trying to cause trouble?
We were friends before. You know what happened? Tell people.
Round one.
Talk your shit. We're rolling.
Well, I think we should give each other roommate ratings after the first 2 weeks of living together in this new house.
He's been wanting to get this off his chest.
I think you've just been like kind of subpar.
You've been hiding a lot.
Yeah. The only thing you're good for is your hot spot.
Well, I'm
like-
glad you said that, Mr. 100 Millionaire. This broke-ass bleep got a $16 million house and couldn't get Wi-Fi for 2 weeks straight. So during the Eastern Conference Finals, every day, movies, white man can't jump, I'm running my hotspot.
There was a point where 5 of us were connected to your hotspot.
Connecting to my shit, busting up that motherfucker like I'm Starbucks, bro. I'm on T-Mobile. Like, fuck you, you're going broke. That's right, he's losing all his money. I'm gonna make like a really bad rumor about you. PED.
Bro, like my whole like rebuttal to that is like, because people really think I use steroids and it's like, bro, them shits aren't working because I'm still fat.
Yeah, they said it's a steroid gut. I've been corralling with him in the
Bubble
comments.
gut, they call it.
I need to get a refund on my steroids then.
Yeah, the Paul brothers are the trend twins.
See, but that's what's crazy is they claim that I'm on steroids. Meanwhile, like I'm a tubby kid. Like, and then my brother doesn't get accused of being on steroids. It doesn't.
Oh
make
no,
any
he
fucking
does, but
sense.
he has more full hair. Yours is like
I think after boxing, I'm gonna fix a lot of my fucked up shit.
Do you ever like just comb your shit back in the mirror and just like break down?
Really, when you fucking think about it, and it's really fucked up for all the guys out there
Right.
who experience hair loss, but they got fucking Starlink, rockets going to the moon, self-driving cars, robots, AI can fucking write a whole rap Drake song, but the only way to fix your hair is like flying to Turkey and getting a surgery.
You can wear a
That's
wig.
fucked up, bro. You can't even do anything about it, bro. That's fucked up. You know what's crazy is like since I started boxing, my hair has been like so much healthier.
It's like dead hay. Like,
It's like knuckle hair.
So we're excited to have Masvidal on today.
yeah, for sure. I saw a clip of old Jorge Masvidal calling you a punk bitch on the way here, and I think that's the last you guys have communicated.
Yeah, I don't know where we stand. Like, I don't know if this interview is gonna like break out into some sort of brawl or if it's gonna be kosher. But I talk shit with so many people that like I don't even remember who I have beefs with or what was even said. But I think it's different because when I say shit to people, like I think they take it personally. But when they say shit to me, like I damn near agree with half
Well,
of
you
it.
say
I
a
think
lot
it's
of
funny.
personal things. You dig real deep.
I mean, but if we're talking shit, then you might as well like talk. Like, where's the line? You know, like, who cares? It's
I
entertainment
think
at the
there's
end
a
of the
line.
day.
There is a line.
Daughters and mothers and things that feel morally wrong when you type them and show them
Do
to
you
us.
genuinely not feel like there's any line that...
No, there is.
draw?
I think when I was 23, though, I didn't give a fuck. Like, I really just didn't give a fuck.
If he came in here one, all smoke, you standing on, or you gonna try to mediate?
Who, Masvidal?
Yeah, like he
in
won't-
terms of what, like?
He just want to just fade. He don't even want to do this podcast.
We can get to it.
I like.
There's a ring right there.
No, right here.
Just right here.
We can
Outside
street
door.
fight, whatever the fuck he wants, bro.
Yeah, that middle school Ohio wrestling gonna come in handy. Yeah, right.
You think you got Masvidal in a street fight? Is that your
Easy,
delusion
easy,
talking? Or?
Easy.
I think that's
I got a
delusion.
lot of people in a street fight. An MMA fight is also very different than a street fight.
Yeah, but it's much closer than a fucking boxing fight.
No, a street fight, there's like, it's crazy. Like, there's no rules to that shit.
Yeah, street fights are a lot different than boxing.
You would know, wouldn't
Yeah, I
you?
feel like all 100 pounds of you would know a lot about it.
You'd be surprised.
Have you been weighing yourself in Timberland boots and jeans still, or you like switch it up?
Nah, I'm at 135 right now.
With a metal belt, jeans and Timberlands on, or just like butt naked? What do you look like naked?
Come on, brother.
I don't know. Well, I do.
A little sticky.
I look good. That's what you say. I look good.
Yeah, I
Nah,
look
you need to
great.
say, ask your bitch. Say that.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask your ask your bitch.
Right, Derek?
Yeah, Derek.
You put a little fear in me. I like that. Give me a 1-2. Sitting down, just come on, something quick.
That's just sin, though.
How do you feel about Logan as a boxer?
But I mean, he hasn't won anything yet, right? I have as many wins as him. But
It's true.
This has been a big month for you, bro. You're like on fire.
Yeah, you're going viral. I ain't
It's
gonna lie. I
been
need to borrow
crazy,
some
yeah.
money or something. You're like going crazy and up.
I think Jake actually said he would never say this to you, but he said Derek is currently more famous than me.
Yeah. I said this.
I believe
And he
it.
was watching a video of you getting kicked in your ribs brutally, and he was like, wow,
Yeah.
this shit has 4 million views.
Yeah, it's been a great month. Just the beginning. I mean, just think when I actually get into the ring and it's a real fight.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be.
Snoring.
What's next for Derek? Like how do you keep this momentum going right now?
I'm going to be going to a UFC fight soon, and I'm gonna be. That's gonna be fun. Then I'm going to your fight, and if I cross paths with the Diaz's, then it is what it is. Shit's gonna go down, and
You're going a lot of places. Who the fuck is paying you? You had floor seats at the fucking playoffs. Those are like really, really
Yeah,
expensive.
how did you get those?
bro, you know how much money I'm winning on these bets?
Not a lot.
Yeah, not a lot,
He's
brother.
acting
You're like
a rapper
3
right
for
now. I
50.
like it.
And it was, I
lost, like, all
I
your
got gifted the
recent
seats,
bets.
or the seats were mine. I'm very appreciative of them.
How did you feel meeting your brother, McLovin?
First of all, I didn't like that. I thought it was like cool that I met him, and then the comments started saying, "Oh, they're like the same person."
Well, we about to make history, man. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's go.
McLovin, that's a good character to be, though. He does well in that movie.
Bro, I don't give a fuck about him.
You'll whoop his ass?
Yeah, bro. The dude was like 40 or something. Jake, you could fight him.
I think you should try. That's good. That's good.
I ain't gonna lie, buddy. Today's not your day. Don't come at me. I love you, and I like living in that house for free and shit. Like,
Would you spar Jasper?
Would I spar Jasper? For sure. Not today, for sure, though. Sometime.
Why not?
Well, don't worry about it.
yeah, why not today?
He was in the hospital last night.
I was.
What were you doing in the hospital?
Dude, see, I ain't no bitch. I was in the
He's
fucking
trying to get free
hospital.
perks.
I was in an urgent care room. That's not an ER hospital, bro. That was like, bro, it certainly wasn't.
Can you sit
There was
right
no
here, Derek?
emergency. I was there for a couple hours.
Can you come hang out right here?
Yeah, might as well.
Hello, Derek.
How's it going? So yeah, I just
He didn't even let me tell him how it's going. Like, do you care about me?
I don't care about nobody here.
Hold on, what? Like everything is fine, and then you just always do that. You always have to like
Oh, I've
insult
said this.
someone.
I keep saying this. I'm gonna keep saying like I'm not here to make friends. I clock in. I'm here.
It's just like an insane way to live your life.
If you just work a normal 9 to 5 and you go to your little cubicle, are you working with your best friends? You trying to be best friends?
Right.
No, I'm just here. This
The
is
day
my
goes by
job.
faster.
It's my job. I'm a boxer and I do this stuff for better.
I think the point is that this doesn't have to be like that. You know, we can all
Yeah,
be
like-
friends and get work done and have a good time. And
Yeah, we like you, Derek.
Appreciate it.
Why were you in urgent care?
yeah, what happened, buddy?
Oh man, it was way over exaggerated, but I keep injuring my left ribs. Like last night I could barely walk and I was like, all right, I gotta get it checked out.
They're pulling up right now.
So scram.
What up?
What's up?
You pulling up here for?
You know I'm pulling up for you.
You've been saying a lot on Ariel Hawani.
Like what? What'd I say?
Calling me a punk bitch.
Said
I'm
it
not
before.
even
We were
upset.
friends before.
What
You know what happened? Tell people.
Yeah, bro. You want to fucking be on my show or what, bro? Let's fucking do this.
Round 2!
Alrighty, let's fucking go. Let's get this started. All right. Go! I could ask you some good fucking questions, bro.
Let's go.
Yeah, get ready for good fucking questions.
Yo, where were you outside? I didn't see
Yeah, you didn't have my back, bro. And
I
what?
didn't see this.
I didn't pack nothing to get my ass whooped in on this trip. I brought like a little carry-on. So
Okay.
We were talking about this earlier on the show. We were like, bro, what? Like, where did our like beef go? And then they asked.
Yeah, what's the deal? You guys have this beef.
Not really like beef.
Yeah.
I think you started to feel some way after I said things about Woodley beating you, you know? And maybe I shouldn't have said this and that, like, my boy's gonna knock you out, but that's my boy. I've known Woodley my whole life, so obviously I'm cheering for my dog hard, you know? And I think from there, things got like a little weird and then just weirder, you know?
What did you say in response to that?
I don't even remember exactly what happened or what was said, but I think at some point there was an opportunity for us to like actually potentially box. And I think it made sense from like a business standpoint to try and make it happen.
If I'm being honest with you, the conversations I've had with the UFC to let you know, they've never like wanted to let me go do boxing. You know?
Yeah.
And they've shut down things like that of that nature. So I don't think you know how far away we really were from
No,
doing something like
I
that.
know how far, bro. I mean, the only time he's ever let someone do it is Connor.
Exactly, you know.
does it-
And it
is
was
that-
against Floyd,
Yeah.
the biggest pay-per-view machine of ever. You know?
Yeah.
So it made sense for them, but they're not. That's why it doesn't happen often when you're in full contract. Especially somebody like me, you know, they're just like very picky, you know.
But I was telling them, like, half the time I'm talking shit. Like, I talk shit to so many people because, like, to me, it's like part of the sport. You know, if you're a fighter, you have to think you're the best.
Yeah,
and so
for
you're gonna have this like delusional self-confidence.
Yeah, now you're in the wrong sport, you know, because you could look at a guy and be like, damn, that dude's nice, but if you don't feel that you could beat that guy, you shouldn't be in the sport, you know, or eventually beat that guy.
That's why to me, like the shit talk, I think I definitely say crazy things to people, but I think they take it like personally. But like I don't give a fuck. Like I'm not taking shit that people say personally. But
Do you feel like his shit talk matches up with the caliber of fighters he's fought so far?
I think he's had a very fast progression from like, cause we were hanging out with in training when before you fought Ben, I think, right? So in that short time to what I've seen now lately, especially though he might have lost the last one, but on a technical level, how much he's increased has been fucking amazing though. Actually,
Thank you.
On the technical level, and that shows that, you know, as much as the media has you like out either partying or whatever it is, you're putting in time into it at some point, and a lot of it because you're progressing rather quick in the technical side, you know?
You fought Nate too, right?
Yeah.
You think he got Nate?
Nate's definitely gonna have the experience over you, and he's got crazy endurance.
well, Nate's coming off a submission win against.
Tony Ferguson.
Yeah.
I think the opening rounds are gonna tell me a lot, man. Are you in good shape? Well, how many rounds is it?
Well, we're trying to make it 10.
Nice.
But yeah, like you said, his cardio is insane.
He's got great cardio, and I think especially like in boxing, he should make an easy transition. I would think out of all the categories that you could have in martial arts, like wrestling being one of them, boxing is something that comes very natural to him, you know? I think he's gonna be a decent boxer.
Masvidal, I got a question. I don't know if it's beef, because we said before it wasn't beef, but this guy has had a lot to say about Dana White and about the UFC. I'm just curious about what you think about what he's had to say about Dana and fighter pay, because he's had a lot to say about fighters getting paid not enough in the UFC. So I'm curious what you're...
It's an interesting situation, you know, with the UFC. The pay's gone up, and it's in some areas not. I mean, I got nothing but good stuff to say about Dana. Though our relationship wasn't always the best in the beginning, but I got nothing but good stuff to say because he's allowed me to create so much money, so much publicity, marketing, all this stuff, and he's helped me out tremendously, you know. So me personally, I'm biased. I'm not the right person to ask because I'm like a Dana candidate, but I'm also pay fighters more, you know. And I know Dana's running a business, and he's a great businessman. So can he give out the checks that we want as fighters? That's like a business decision, you know. I obviously have always advocated throughout my career, and now that I'm retired even more money for the fighters, because it's a fucking tough job. You shouldn't be in the top 10 having to fucking work at Walmart or something. You know, you should be, if you're in the top 15 already, you should be set that you're making enough money per fight, whether you have sponsors or not, that all your bills are covered. When we hear that guys have to have a part-time job or this and that while they're fighting, then, you know, there's like lopsidedness there. But there's also a lot of upside to it, because a lot of people don't talk about this. In boxing, you don't get paid shit until your 30th professional fight. You know, his case is different, right? Because he came with this massive amount of followers. But every other boxer, the only way they get famous is by fighting, and they don't get paid shit in the beginning. The UFC pays guys in the beginning great, and at the mid-stage great. Where we need like help in is in that upper gap already that's been, you know, throwing down for a minute. That those guys get a little bit overlooked with the pay. But in the beginning structures of it, the UFC takes care of guys really, really, really well, like unbelievably well, especially compared to boxing or any other promotion out there where they're paying a guy 20 and 20. You will never get that on the regional scene.
My problem, and I think a lot of people's problem, comes from when the company's now valued at $10 billion and fighters are, only getting 12, 13, 14, 15% of that.
Yeah.
And 5% of that's Conor McGregor. So really it's a smaller percentage. And so it's just pay fighters more and maybe cover the healthcare. And when people like Francis Ngannou, the heavyweight champion, are getting 600,000, that's where the unfair side of it is. And I've just challenged him to raise the minimum because, like Jorge said, it's like if you're starting out in the UFC, the minimum pay is like $12,500. So you're gonna have to be working other jobs. And on top of that, you're paying your own gym fees, you're paying your coaches. It's not like the NFL where everything's paid for, your meals, your accommodations, your flight, the coaches.
And it adds up.
At the same time, and though I lived in, these words are gonna kind of sound harsh. In the beginning, you just can't pay guys too much because you don't know who's worth that really. I can't just give a guy 30 and 30,000 and he's not worth that now. Maybe he might be, but we got to find out through the process of fighting. Having your 3-4 fights a year.
Well, he's not gonna change the fighter pay until he has to, because, like you said, it's a business model at the end of the day.
Exactly, until they have to. Just like it happened in football, in basketball.
That's where the fighters union comes in, which we're still working on behind the scenes.
But it's crazy.
It's damn near impossible because fighters don't want to sign up. They're scared of getting blacklisted and blackballed by the UFC if they're found out to be on some sort of list to sign up for the union. So it's this really challenging and complicated process. But it's cool that people like Francis or even Nate are leaving the UFC and are now able to go make a lot more money and I guess create the example for other fighters.
When there wasn't money to be made early in your career, because I know you started young.
No money.
What was it that kept you going? What was the motivation behind you, coming back tomorrow?
When I was a kid watching the sport, it was the only thing that truly captivated me. I didn't care about nothing in the world, so it was boom. And when the UFC first came out, I think it was $50,000 to win the tournament. We had 3 fights in the night. And I was like, man, that's crazy.
3 fights in a night?
Yeah, 3 fights in a night. But back then, and plus I was so broke, I told my mom, I got this plan, we're out of here. I'm doing this tournament, I'm winning that shit, it's $50,000. The money and the chance to do what I love is what kept me going through the losses. I'm gonna get there no matter what. And then as I kept going through the journey, when I wasn't 50,000, I was if you're a champion, minimum 250,000. So I took a lot of L's because I fought guys in their home country and in their state, wherever the fuck they were from. I just took fights because there wasn't really an amateur in the MMA back then, especially when I started. It was basically fighting pro. Said I might as well get some money for it.
No, I respect that, and it's crazy that you've come so far and are a legend, man. Honestly, to have tons of respect, regardless of any fucking shit talk. Since day one, I've told you that, and it was so cool to see your speech after this last fight. I thought it was an incredible speech, and it's really inspiring your story. Obviously going from the backyards with fucking
right here. It was literally
slicing them.
It was right here, right on this exit.
To being a UFC legend, bro.
Yeah, I was 17, about to be 18.
But I guess where does that leave things? Because you kind of retired, but you kind of didn't.
It was vague.
You did, but you didn't.
I mean, yeah, for now, yeah. I just feel a gift I had from God. This came directly from God. Was my vision. You make a movement and I could adjust to it right now. Very good. As I got older, maybe 35. I noticed I took a dip, a massive dip, in my sparring. My reaction time wasn't the same. So I was fuck it, I'm gonna thug it out as long as I can and keep fighting. But once I know that vision of mine isn't the same, my reaction time isn't the same, what am I doing? I already did this for 20 pro years. It was something that was on my mind, man, if I take another L, and though this camp, I have no excuses. It was one of my best camps, no injuries. I was running great on my times. All the measurements that I have in place to let me know I'm in shape to compete, I was knocking those markers off. So I was I'm ready to go. The sparring was going great, but in the back of my mind, I was if I catch a 4th L into this guy, which I would have beat easy in my prime, I always thought, then maybe it's time for me to hang it up. And what better place to hang it up than where I started, where my first pro fights were in Miami, So I was fuck it.
Was that your first time fighting at the arena?
No, that was my second time fighting in the arena. But the other time I fought, there was nowhere near sold. That was 50, 60 people.
That must have been a big moment, though.
No, yeah. It was definitely huge to fight in the AA arena. But now to fight there, like 16, 17 years later and it be sold out, it was life-changing, you know?
It kind of seems like a full circle moment for you now after retirement, going into promotion.
Yeah.
Is that you can kind of now be to young fighters what maybe Kimbo Slice was to you, and
100%.
and support young fighters that you see potential in, and
100.
you know, make sure they
100%.
And pay them, like, credit to you for getting these, like, you're actually paying these fighters a lot of money.
I'm trying to, you know? Especially like in the bare knuckle side when these killers take the gloves off. I mean, the bullets are going both ways, so they're asking for more, so we got to give it to them. You know, we try to take care of them. We're still running a business. There's you know, budget to everything we do, but we're trying to take care of these guys, you know?
And is the league inspired by the backyard fights, basically?
Pretty much, and also a combination of things. The rawness that it is to fight like bare knuckle, you know, to fucking hit somebody with one right hand, you don't need to throw 50. Sometimes just the right one, you wreck somebody and it just changes up everything. It turns that strike into a grappler all of a sudden, you know? So it's a lot of rawness when it's bare knuckle. Also, your fans are seeing that, going through that. I have like the most loyal fans in the world because that's how they discovered me in the backyards, like throwing fists. They're like, man, this guy's made out of something else, you know, and they stuck with me. My whole journey of fighting, it was 20 years long, so I feel like these guys will get that same type of love when these fans see him put in all that grit.
And I saw that you eat McDonald's actively in camp, like, or
No, wait, not actively in camp. Not actively in camp. I've eaten McDonald's like on, you know, your coach will be like, man, just check the weight. Damn, you're actually good on weight. But it's not always McDonald's. I switch it up. I have been caught at McDonald's numerous times.
What's your pick? Number one pick. You got one spot to go when you're good on weight.
Junk food?
Yeah.
How much money I got?
20.
$20?
20.
Oh, see, now we're talking because now you got like budget and shit.
Yeah.
And it's just me or it's like a car full of people?
It's you and a homie.
Maybe I'll stop at Checkers for the French fries, right? You get the bucket. Bah. Then after that,
Them bitches greasy.
what day is it? What day is it?
It's a Thursday.
Fuck, dog. You kidding? Bro, there's no extra specials on Thursdays at McDonald's and shit.
Oh, you really be like knowing this shit.
I used to be. I used to really
I
dive on
might
that
have been
shit.
right when I
person,
said
too.
actively.
I do the same exact thing in camp.
Hold on,
Whenever
what
I
we
get-
doing? What we doing? We going to Checkers?
We're going Checkers, okay. Fuck, what? That's like $4 right there. I got $16 left. I can't get the fucking Popeye spicy wings with some biscuits because it's just for me, so you're not eating, dog. You can have some of the fries because you said you're not that hungry. Yeah, so you can have some fries and I'm gonna have the 3-piece and the soda, bro, and that's it, dog. Game over, bro. Because that'll be like, I don't know, $14.99. The fries, I'm good to go.
What's your unhealthiest habit in camp? Like, what is something you just like can't put down?
I can't say it on camera, dog.
Oh,
It'll give
shit.
a lot of shit out, bro. Stu, nah, that's a joke, man. What are you talking about, little weed and shit?
Yeah, what's the you like? Have you,
You got
ever
weed?
What's the unhealthy habit that you can't say on camera? That's got to be some crazy shit then.
Yeah, bro.
We won't even put it in there.
Yeah, we're not.
Yeah.
What's the closest to a fight you've gone before stopping smoking, or do you not at all?
Nah, I stopped. You know, I've also, because of the circumstances, and I took a fight short notice, I was smoking weed till like 6 days before a fight. Because I took a fight in like 6-day notice, and I was burning until I found out. And I was like, all right, I'll stop now, you know, and then got on a plane.
That was
went all the way to Abu
Colby,
Dhabi.
right?
No, with Usman.
Usman.
On the streets. In sparring. In a fight, in a pro fight, never. I never did. And I regret it, not having like, you know, hit the peace pipe, you know, like bam, twice, and then just go out to see what I got on that speed, you know?
It'll be fun.
It might be prolong my career, but then they bust you for that.
Oh.
Then they make you right after a fight, they go, hey, come over here with me, piss. And I'm gonna look at your dick while you pissing.
Oh, what?
Okay, and then they're gonna get this thing, they're gonna send it off to a laboratory, and they're gonna test it, and they're gonna see all types of shit in your blood and your piss, because they're gonna draw blood too. So to get high and then catch a suspension for like, I don't know how many fucking
for some
months, years, fuck that.
In a perfect world, you could smoke before you fight. Do you think it helps you? Because I know a lot of basketball players that they smoke, swear, it's like aimbot.
Yeah.
Swear it helps them.
I could agree on that because to some extent, weed is just amazing. You know, it's also like, for me, maybe like a confidence builder, 'cause I feel like relaxed and all the aches and pains are not gone, but like less, you know, but it does slow your reaction time. It's not the best for your lungs, so I don't know if for fighting, you know, every fighters themselves. I know a lot of fighters. I won't say their names, but I know a lot of guys that get fucking high the day of and then fight, and they're crazy like that. And they've been doing it their whole
Tyson
life.
spars on shrooms, but I don't know how the fuck that's even possible. I can't even stand up while I'm on.
Yeah,
shrooms.
I don't know
That's
how
some
you
Viking
get relaxed
shit.
off weed. I smoke and I start feeling like the homies talking shit about me. You think he's ever fought on shrooms?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. He's told me.
He does.
He loves it.
Bro, I'll be tripping
getting
balls.
this
I couldn't do it.
Nah, but he doesn't. He's out of his mind, out of this world. Eat a whole ace.
All right, most PG unhealthy habit.
It's kind of like I try to fast Monday through Friday. Not fast, but not eat during certain times because I really notice a weight loss if I don't eat after a certain time and then I resume eating at a certain time. So like a PG want to be like, again, my weight is like crazy good, and I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna eat, and when I eat, I go hard, bro. Bro, if I'm at the restaurant, this whole shit is covered.
Yeah, just like me.
There's no space. It's a million plates everywhere. I'm gonna try everything.
Well,
and
cutting
if I
weight,
like it,
yeah, like the cutting weight creates eating disorder for sure.
yeah.
Shit's fucked up.
Yeah, because then you want to like eat everything and this and that.
Do you feel like you started really young? Do you feel like there's a prime? Obviously, in your situation, it was kind of do or die. But I seen where I was from, like a lot of young wrestlers. Like I would see them starving themselves and taking crazy shit just to make weight. Like kids.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a prime time to go into that stage of wrestling or jiu-jitsu or MMA, whatever it is that you're fighting?
For cutting weight or for?
Yeah, for cutting weight for kids.
I think for kids, you shouldn't really cut too much weight, you know? I think there should just kind of be, you know, like if I was coaching, my son wrestles, you know, and I don't push him to do too much, and it's like, you want to do it, we'll push. If you don't want to do it, then don't do it, you know? So I wouldn't force him to cut weight, or kids, because they're kind of like, it should be more focused on the skill, I think, developing skill, cardio, you know, just mat time rather than having them cut weight. And especially at that age, it could be a little dangerous. I think around 15, 16, you know, be a good, healthy time to start cutting weight, you know?
I started cutting weight when I was like 13. I think that's why I have hair loss.
Would you ever? Nah, brother. You was born with that
Nah,
shit.
that shit's fucked up. Speaking of wrestlers, bro, how are, like, have you talked to Ben Askren in a while?
I've never talked to him.
Bro, I
You
want
just
to...
knocked him out and that was it?
I mean, there's no
Same
time.
with me. I haven't talked to him, but he be salty. I want to do this thing where I'm gonna tweet. I want to take a picture of like my right hand and your knee, and do a close up and say, "Do you recognize these?" And see if he recognizes it.
It's genius.
But I'm gonna tweet it out. I'm gonna tweet it out
grimy, bro.
when the episode goes live.
Let that man sleep though, bro. See, he the king
He's not
shit
peaceful.
talker.
He's not peaceful. He's an
trying to rest
egotistical
in peace.
narcissist.
That's the way to
Are we talking about the
describe
same Ben Askren? I feel like he was like very cordial, your whole promotion.
Nope. Bizarre, out of this world lunatic.
You feel the same?
I feel like you might be talking about yourself. The Ben Askren I know is super
what?
respectful.
Bro, I got him the biggest payday of his life, and he's in the post-fight press conference. Knocked him out in 30 seconds. He's in the post-fight press conference, be like, yeah, he wasn't even good. He doesn't even hit hard. Like, you have to be fucked up in the head to think like
it's
that.
a little bit of
But he was
embarrassment,
sleeping.
like,
Yeah, I mean,
right.
bro.
Which knee was it? All right. Let's see. Here, wait.
But he only recognizes when it's flexed.
Perfect.
Yeah. He might not recognize it, but his
I'm gonna
subconscious.
say, do you recognize this? All right, guys, let's everyone go and check Twitter and see if Ben responds. He's gonna respond with like Tommy Fury with his hand raised and be like, "Do you recognize this?" He is clever.
Yeah,
and
but
funny,
that's
though,
like dick riding because it has nothing to do
Yeah,
with
but
them.
wait, you were just talking about shit talk not having any limits. What? Maybe he was just shit talking. Like when you.
He
feel
wasn't. He wasn't. You can tell when it's like rah versus like people, like when people are actually mad and pressed versus.
Ben Askren doesn't seem mad impressed at all. Like quite the opposite. He seemed.
He's like Derek, kind of like.
What the fuck's that supposed to
Yeah.
mean?
By the way, Masvidal, do you recognize this guy right here?
How we doing?
Yeah, that dude owes me money, dog. Yo, where's my $20 at? We're hungry, bro.
No, really. Do you recognize him?
Probably not. You will soon.
He had some choice words to say to Nate Diaz. I don't know if you saw that clip.
I'm just wondering if you think I could fight your brother Nick. If he's anything like you, I think I'd beat his fucking ass.
Not very respectful from
Brother, where you just gonna walk around the streets or some shit? You know, all my homeboys see you right now.
Oh, that's that dude. Oh, man. You almost got fucking trampled, huh? On a bad day, they would have got your ass, bro.
Yeah. I was definitely a little
This guy's
nervous.
wild, man.
He's out of his fucking mind. That's what I'm saying.
He
He's
weighed like
Ben
90
Askren.
pounds, man.
Oh, hey. Well, that's
This dude's crazy, man.
135.
Okay.
Yeah, 90.
On a good day. This dude's wild.
But I will say this, actually. Sorry. I am going to the fight and I need security. So if you want to go, just
if
let
you
me know.
confront the bill, I got you, bro. If you're paying, I got you, bro.
You think
Jake,
you could pay for Masvidal to be your security guard?
Yeah, it's not cheap, but you know.
better.
We're not paying for that shit. The fuck? This is not a company. That's the CEO right there.
All right. I'll get some other guy then.
I got, look, my homies right there, you know, they're a little cheaper.
Y'all got his back?
Huh? Y'all got his back?
How much?
He said off the love. Do you think he has a future in boxing at all? Just off look, like visual.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, and nobody's gonna be more dedicated than me as a boxer. Nobody. I've been in the lab daily.
In the lab.
He's not been in the lab. He's a delusional narcissist.
Ben Askren Jr.?
Literally Ben Askren Jr.
I feel like labeling Ben Askren as a narcissist, a delusional narcissist, like
I think you're just too fucking nice. And
I'll say one thing. His ego, though, is like, it doesn't fit in this fucking warehouse.
That's what I'm saying. You're dead wrong.
I took the bait.
No, you're dead wrong. It's absurd. Like, he's out of his mind.
About him, Drake posted him on his story and said he's what's wrong with the generation, what he did with Nate Diaz.
I remember thinking to myself, like, yo, this dude's wild, bro, because...
But, like, now seeing him in real life,
you know?
do you think he has that fight in the bag?
I just wanted people
Against
to
who?
take my boxing career serious. So I felt like
Yeah, this guy looks like a killer, bro.
Thank you.
Let me see a little bit of hand speed, bro.
Oh, look. I'll give you
There's
yeah,
no
I'll come
way.
right here and
This
do
is the dude right here, bro.
Right,
Holy
appreciate
smoke.
it.
It's showtime. But give me like a 6 combo so I can really get the judge, you know, like six punches.
So far, I'm on the 1-2.
Yeah, but just do it like a couple more times. Bam, bam, bam. Okay, so the cardio's through the roof, too. All right.
My 3 is a little weak, but yeah, I appreciate it. I'm
You
looking
can
to
sit
get
down.
He's
Not for
coach.
nothing. I know the Diaz boys, they don't fuck around, bro, in any sense, man.
He's
So-
his coach.
I taught Derek a little bit how to box. It's rough. Israel Adesanya taught him how to take a kick.
3, 2. Oh, Nate Diaz, you see this shit, bro?
I'm thinking if after the show, you could teach him the flying knee.
That would be cool.
Okay.
It's like a crash dummy.
Perfect.
So I'm going to do it on him?
No, you don't know. You're not gonna shoot it on me.
Just to
like,
demonstrate
hit him
it.
like a body shot?
Yeah,
knee?
something like
that's
that.
No, we don't
pretty
need no like.
No, like just to show him how to do it.
Yeah,
On
yeah.
a pad.
But
Yeah.
also a body shot, too. Just like,
But so in the world of like exchanging techniques, like my coach is gonna demonstrate. He's gonna do it on me, you know, for the most part.
Yeah.
Like wrestling or striking. This is how you low kick, he's gonna do it on me. So I'm gonna do it on you, you know.
Yeah.
You look a little nervous.
I'm not nervous.
why are you nervous?
I'm not nervous. Hey,
That's good. You have to demonstrate on the
You know, because if
student.
not, it's like, does this even work?
I mean, now that I think about it,
Yeah.
like, when the fuck am I gonna do this in a boxing ring?
No, this is for if Diaz jumps you.
Yeah, Nate Diaz's homies are gonna come for you, man.
Which, by the way, buddy, is like might happen. Like it's
Speaking-
not.
That's why I seriously want
100%.
security. But if I know how to do the flying knee kick, fuck security.
Nah, you're gonna need security for real, man. You're wild, bro.
I'm not afraid of no fucking water bottles from them.
Speaking of fights in the streets, can we talk about this crazy shit that happened? Because with Colby Covington, like in Poppy
That-
Steak, or
That's allegedly this, allegedly that, because I wasn't even there, bro. They're saying a lot of shit, bro.
You know what's interesting?
weren't
is
even there?
I was
I wasn't even
at
there, man.
Poppy Steak that night, and I didn't see you
We was
anywhere.
playing Call
I
of
was
Duty.
there, and you
You
weren't
remember
there.
me?
so you were
I
there.
smoked
That's true.
your
He
ass,
wasn't.
man.
He wasn't there.
Smoked your ass,
No, he
man.
was nowhere to be seen.
Could have sworn I saw.
No. I was there. You were not there.
And when
Sure,
your
a
teeth used to
video.
come out when you was a kid and you put them under your pillow, what would happen? The tooth fairy would come, right?
Yeah.
Man, that shit not real, man.
So he wasn't. You swear. You swear.
I was at Poppy Steak that night, where Colby was there. He was nowhere to be
FaceTimed me
seen.
while he was at Poppy Steak. He was cutting a big ass steak, and we was on Xbox.
And I said, "Hey, Jasper, I'm here with Colby Covington."
And then I go, yo, I'm playing Xbox with my boy. Yeah. And
So
then,
you're not. Are you banned from Poppy Steak?
Nah, that dude loves me, actually. I ran into him the other night at Kiki's. I'd run into him a couple times, and
He's the king of Miami.
he was like, man, since that freaking little rumor that allegedly you were there, reservations went through the roof like 530%, he said.
Damn.
And I was like,
30%?
I would love to take these these like nice vibes you're giving me, but that was allegedly, as we both know. He was like, I know, man, but still, you know. So I was like, all right,
So you can make sales of a company go up like crazy without even being there.
Yep.
That's the Masvidal effect. I love Poppy Steak. Great guy.
They were doing great before me. They were doing great before me, but he said that after that.
Next level. Next level. Shit is
talking
going
about
up.
Colby Covington. He had some choice words to say about you. He said that he was who sent you into retirement and said that you took the fight after him to cover that up. If you have anything you need to say to Colby.
He's a bitch. And if he was here right now, he'd run the fuck out.
Do you think there's ever gonna be a common ground between you two?
That dude, me and him, never be cool. Just because he brought up my kids in numerous situations, brought up things from my life, and that motherfucker lived in my couch for like 8 months. He was a fucking he had like 1 or 2 pro fights, broke his hand, couldn't fucking afford rent. I was already 20 fights in the game. My fucking apartment, you staying in my fucking couch, and then the seller pay-per-view, you talking shit to me?
Damn.
That's crazy, dog. You're a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Like, that shows the type of person you are, and the whole world knows it. Then on top of that, ripped off my coach for the 5% that he owed him per fight when he finally made a check. Instead of paying out my coach, what did he do? Skipped out of town. Fuck you twice, motherfucker. That's my coach, you know?
Is there a fight that brings you back into the cage? Is it Colby 2? Is it Leon? Is there a fight that gets you back out of retirement, back into the cage?
With me and Leon, it was never personal. Just he crossed the line. Like, bro, I'm doing an interview here. What are you trying to punk me again? You know, that's not gonna happen. He was already talking wild and shit on Twitter, but I don't have nothing personal, like, with Colby, you know? Colby's just a different situation. Like, that motherfucker, I don't like his ass, you know?
If Dana calls today, whose name's gotta be on that phone for you to come up out of retirement and get back in that cage?
It wouldn't even be there. It'd be like, let me see how many zeros. I don't give a fuck about the names. How much zeros are attached to that name? All right, let's go.
Would you ever, like, box, consider boxing?
Definitely I would box. That's something I wanted to do, especially as I started progressing more in my skill set. And I have a pro boxing fight that took place like 14, 15 years ago. Boxing was like my first love. So I would definitely do a boxing match if the UFC would permit me, though. They'd have to give me permission. They'd have to be like, yeah, go do your thing, you know. If not, can't do no boxing match.
If your son got older and he was like right age, like you said, like 16, 17, he told you wanted to start fighting, like boxing or MMA, or is that something you would allow him to do, or is that a no-go?
Nah, it's a no-go, right, for me. But if you're meant to fight, can't nobody stop you, you know? Like, look at this dude. He didn't have to fight, you know, he wants to fight. From the talks I have with my little man, he likes to fight and to defend himself, but it's not like what he wants to do in life. It could change, he's only 8 years old, but I wouldn't want him to do it, you know? It's a rough life,
It's a tough business, man. It's lonely and just the grind and
you get your ass whooped, sparring, fighting,
weight,
you know?
There's a better way to make money.
100 million ways.
But it's like you said, fighting, I don't think people choose to fight. Fighting chooses you. Like, dead ass. Like,
But I mean,
you have to be, like, you get called into it and then you like can't escape this fucking vortex.
But it's interesting for you to say that, because most people, you correct me if I'm wrong, but most people get called into fighting because they don't have any other choice at all.
A big percentage of them, it's like, this is my way out.
Right, and so for you to say that,
But I didn't have a choice either.
And for what reason?
Like, from a mental health, like, discipline, routine, like, I was a lost kid, like,
Tweaker.
not knowing anything, surrounded by terrible people,
he was a
like,
tweaker.
alcoholic,
I know what you mean, though.
drug addict, all
Because
types
fighting
of shit in
will
Los
clean you
Angeles. And it literally cleaned me up.
That's crazy, I didn't know it, but yeah, I could imagine, like, growing up in that
In
side
Los
and
Angeles, bro, you get wrapped up in the wrong things real quick.
I could imagine, man.
Yeah.
Growing up in that lifestyle, you had the fucking dopest house parties out there.
You don't go out there much, huh?
I've been out there.
It's not a good
it's not.
I think we threw the greatest house party of all time.
We threw a couple of them, I ain't gonna lie.
I had other types of accomplishments besides fighting, though.
Those are ones you can't do in camp. See, because you stopped at PG and then there's rated R.
Oh, man, you
Then
could have
there's
said
1X.
smacking shit. This is
Then
my
there's
show.
2X. Then there's triple X crimes, you know? There's all types of crimes, bro. You'd be surprised. There's a lot of crazy motherfuckers in the fight world, especially like I feel in MMA, you get in these like gyms where it's like fucking everybody. It's different than boxing, you know? You have stablemates in boxing, you go train with somebody at a camp, but there won't be like numerous like high-level pros like how there'll be like an American top team. You just be swatted with pros left and right, you know? And you meet some crazy, wild ass.
Was there ever a point in your career early on where you were like a hothead, like a jackass, or like was it always like I'm gonna keep this here and like compartmentalize it?
You mean like in the streets?
Yeah.
I wouldn't say hothead, but like growing up in Miami, I got into a lot. I'm talking about a lot of situations where the only way was to like pam pam and take off, you know? So, and I would always take off because I don't know if somebody had a gun or a knife or something, so I'm just gone. I give you and I had a mean ass. I'm talking about world-class 100 yards, gone, bro.
Out of there.
I got the record in the UFC for speed right now.
No
so
way.
Imagine, my 100-dash burner is legit, bro. Gone. Just
I
darting
might
off.
have to race. He a fast guy himself.
You fast?
I'll be running.
You should have seen how he did Mayweather.
Yeah.
That boy quick.
All you can see was
Only
his
reason-
back pockets and the bottom of his feet.
Only reason I'm still alive.
Yeah.
And got a nice flick up the next day. Real good fit pick. If it weren't for my feet, that would have been it.
If you were in that position, would anything have been done different? You dipping out or you taking the fade?
I can't say on camera.
Oh.
I can't just in case, because then they're gonna be like, allegedly this, allegedly that. I told you I'd do this, I told you I'd do that.
You're right.
I think one thing we should run, because we're in the better headquarters right now. A new better signee, Bo Nickal. Safe to say he's close with you. You know Bo Nickal?
Yeah. Shit.
What's Bo Nickal talking about? Because he's recently signed a better.
Nice.
And I think he's potentially one of the biggest prospects in the UFC. So I just want
Definitely
to
one
get
of the
your take.
I'm a huge collegiate wrestling fan, always been. I'm not the greatest at it, but fuck do I love wrestling, you know? So I actually went out to Madison Square Garden, forget the year, maybe like 2015, 16. They had the NCAA championships over there. Bo competed, so I was already like watching Bo throughout the season. And he was fucking throwing people and pinning them, going for pins, like keeping wrestling fighting. It's like when somebody's trying to knock somebody out. It's like, it's more exciting, you know? So Bo took second that year, but since that year, though, I was like, man, huge fan of this dude. So I got to watch him all through wrestling, just fucking wreck the competition. I think he gave up 3 losses his whole fucking career.
You supported him early on.
Yeah. So then I get to meet him at American Top Team. Then we get to start training. I was like, man, this guy's just as good as I thought, or better, you know? Because I can tell when somebody's a good wrestler. I might not be the best wrestler, but I know what like a good wrestler looks like. So I was like, this guy's got like legit talent to even maybe take it overseas and compete for world championships and stuff. So when he did the hard left and went into fighting, I was like, this is gonna be interesting, bro. Let's see what comes out of it. And he's killing it. He puts in the time. He's at American Top Team. So this dude's got like huge upside. And I'm telling you right now, because I've seen him in the room. If he locks his hands on a lot of dudes, it's like game over for that round. You know, he might just take a dude down and like, this guy's a nightmare, bro, to fucking have on top of you, you know? So he has tremendous upside, you know?
If he fought Izzy, who do you think would win?
I think it's young in his career right now. Be way young in his career, but like I said, just right now, if he locks on a limb, good luck on Izzy getting away from him, though. Yeah. And I've seen Izzy through his whole UFC career, and he's a great athlete, and he's good wrestling, but guys like Bo are just like different. Like you could put him in the worst position, like completely sprawled out, but his hands are like locked. These guys find a way to just build back up, put you against the fence and take you down, and then do it consecutively. Like once they lock, it's a different type of level, man. You know, I know he's never competed against a wrestler that decorated, you know.
I think Bo, if he can get his striking to improve, he's gonna be very. It'll be like Khabib Part 2.
Problem, yeah. You know, he has already great natural endurance. So in the grappling department, you know. So that's a good thing, you know. He just has to be able to just like strike 40% of the fight and then get right to his bread and butter, you know. But just mix it up well. He also got the fight for in our promotions before he got taken off to UFC. Icon Fighting Championships.
You kind of were that.
Yeah. We've been. I mean, as I told you, I've had my eye on both. So when we cross paths and I'm like, he wants to fight. I have a promotion. You got to come fight for us, you know. I think he had about 1 or 2 fights. UFC scooped his ass up right away, you know.
That's cool, man. That's a beautiful thing to be able to do it.
Since we're like talking about like fighters early on in their careers, if you could go back to a stage that early in your career, is there anything you would change or do differently?
Yeah. Oof, come on now. I retired just recently, so then when I retired, it's like all these things all of a sudden made extra sense and just became like transparent and easy to interpret. I was like, man, I should have just done this. So what the fuck? What was I doing? I was tweaking back then. Going to like, let's say, fucking chasing girls till like 4 or 5 in the morning. Then I got practice at 10 in the morning. Then I'd go to practice. I'd beat everybody in the room on like 4 or 5 hours of sleep. So I'm the best guy in this room, but that's not the best version of me. That's not the best person that I could be, you know? This is just like, I'm very talented in this fucking game of fighting, but this is not the best version of me, so I would abuse shit like that, you know? Not just chasing girls, but like just doing shit, hustling, trying to get money, a lot of stupid shit that I'm like, man, I should have just been resting or even just laying in bed for long periods of time and not doing shit, but just resting, getting ready for the day like tomorrow, you know, because it's gonna be another hard day. But then the next day will come, I'll still do well. I'll do good in practice, I'll do good at the track, I'll fucking kick ass in the gym. So it's like, man, do I have to change up my lifestyle? I'm still knocking motherfuckers out, you know? But as I got older, then I started needing more sleep and shit. And I would hear, especially in boxing, because my first love was boxing, about these old-time fighters that'd be going 3 months without sex. And once you get to a certain age, at first, I was like, I could do that. But then as I got older, because I started early at 11, 12, I already knew I was gonna do this life, you know? So when I'm like 17, I can still do that, 18. By the time I hit like 22, I'm like, that's the hardest shit in the world, bro. What? You fucking kidding me? 1 week? Yeah. What? You tweaking?
You should come to Puerto Rico. Get you right.
I go there often, man. I was just there like a month ago for the surfing, though. Catching waves, not babes, huh?
You know what I'm saying?
I'm not good at it, man.
Come on, come to Dorado. Let's go. Let's
Man, I
surf.
love surfing. I get up on the boards, I take off, but I can't hit the turns yet. I just came from Salvador, World Championships.
Hell yeah.
Surfing?
Surfing, and guess where I was at? I was at the beach side where all the surfing ladies were gonna be competing at, so that's where we were training. So I was getting like lessons from these like goddesses on those seas. It was crazy, bro.
Is that why you started?
No. I've been surfing already for like a year and change, but I just got lucky where we booked our hotel. It was like where the ladies were gonna compete, so they were training in that section. So we were just trying to surf. We didn't even know. We just ran into them and they're like, you're terrible. How about you try this and do that, you know? So it was like a...
Is that something you ever picture yourself doing with surfing?
Yeah, I always knew it.
Really?
Since I seen it on TV, I was like, there's not a lot of waves in Florida, but I always knew, like, I'm doing that shit. All that wild sports shit that I couldn't do back then because I was, like, competing shit, I have an eye more or less for what talent should look like, you know?
You think Derek got it?
This dude is blessed, man. Let me see one push-up. Let me see how quick.
One push-up? And keep in mind, he might sign you right now if you go crazy.
Oh, that's
So-
wait, what, you want
do
push-up?
10 clapping push-ups, 10 clapping push-ups, I'll find you a taxi cab driver from Mexico to beat up.
Come on, let's go, D.
And
Let's go, D.
10 clapping
Go crazy.
push-ups.
Go, Derek. Let's go, D.
10
I don't know
clapping.
if I can do one clap.
Okay. 2, count 3, count 4, 5, come on.
6, 7, let's go. 8, 9, send that boy. Send that boy on the road.
Let's go. We have a show August 4th. You want to go there?
Hell yeah, August 4th. Yeah. Send me that send me that contract. I'm there.
August 4th, Jacksonville, bare knuckle. Is that what you...
Oh, bare knuckle.
Yeah. But you're in good shape, though.
I'm like a glove guy, you know. With
Nah, you're in good shape. I seen you, bro. You're in good shape,
You
man.
can do it, Derek.
Hey, sounds good to me. I appreciate it.
Derek's got to fight. Derek's got to fight.
I think we got to do that over/under, man.
It could be a thing, it could be an object, it could be a hobby, but you just gotta let it know if it's overrated or underrated, in your personal opinion.
A lot of people are gonna get their feelings hurt depending on what's on that list, bro. Hey, I got the thing on fully auto, bro.
Kamaru Usman, who you got? Overrated,
I'll say
underrated?
maybe, you know, if he keeps going the way he's going, he's definitely gonna be underrated, you know? Because he's getting better and better. And I'm just talking about like 2-3 years ago when we fought the rematch, he didn't have hands. Like he just didn't. We fought 5 rounds, he hit like fucking pillows. I was like, this guy has no power. Out of everybody that I fought, I was like, this guy will never knock me out. I fought him for 5 rounds. 9 months later, he hit me with the best shot I got hit with, you know? I think if he keeps it up right now, he could just keep getting better and better, man.
Underrated. A good BBL, Miami BBL.
What kind of picture?
Nah, but that picture's...
What?
4 thumbs down on both
That's
of them.
a bad BBL.
She did that shit in a basement. I'm talking about a real deal Dr. Miami BBL.
I like natural.
Overrated.
Designer clothing.
Why the fuck did you put me on this? Why the fuck did you put me up here? What the fuck? What the fuck? The producers are plotting.
Designer clothes, overrated or underrated?
I think, you know, it's gonna be the combo platter, at times over and underrated.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie,
Definitely
you
gotta
fly
focus
right now,
on
Thank you,
man.
brother. Just sometimes yes, sometimes no, bro.
Edibles. Overrated, underrated.
That's marijuana edibles right there, huh?
Overrated.
Man, them things are powerful as fuck, man.
I greened out once, bro.
You what?
I greened out, bro.
Turned to the Hulk?
Yeah, I don't smoke, so my tolerance is real low. And I ate a 30 milligram edible, just thinking like, ah, shit, cool. No, but like, I'm like, it hasn't hit yet. It's been like 40 minutes. So I took another 30 milligrams.
Gone.
Bro, that shit had me feeling like
I
I
ain't
was
gonna
hanging
lie,
out
at one
Christ.
point, I think you looked at me and said, help me.
Help me?
And all he was doing was filming me.
Nah.
Don't lie, yes. He was filming and
Should've
giggling.
gave me some milk, man. Bring it down real quick,
Bro, that shit didn't do nothing. I had to go for a jog, all type of shit. Overrated, underrated? How we feeling?
Underrated.
Underrated on the edibles. Conor McGregor.
Depends, man. He's got 2 belts, you know. I would say this Conor, overrated. I would say Conor in his prime, or what he could have done at 55. At 45, I think he was already like late in his career. He had to go to 55 and just stayed there, navigated those waters. I think, man, he could have gone further, you know, to an extent. Maybe the lifestyle, the fame, the money, but he definitely could have gone further at 155, I think, you know.
Bro's juiced out now.
What about a Conor fight right now? Dana calls. Conor's on the phone.
Yeah, I'll be like, how much? That's it, you know?
the bag.
And then be like, 30 mil, Masvidal, because we love you. And I'll be like, nah, double it.
I like that.
Lo fuimos.
How's a retired life?
I eat caviar,
You
dog.
surfing
You
and
feel
shit,
me?
eating caviar?
Surfing, caviar.
You fish?
Nah, spearfish, though. I
That's
get in that water.
gangster.
Congrats, by the way, man. It's
Thank
an
you,
incredible
brother.
story. Your whole
Thank
life,
brother.
your whole story is
Surf,
incredible,
I
man.
surf now.
I stabbed the fuck out of Barracuda.
If I gotta go back to the fight wood, you know what I gotta do? Hey, yo, Jay, you wanna go run, bro? Nah, go run. Then we got, hey, it's cause somebody, we gotta lift weight. Then we gotta swim. Then I gotta spar. Then I gotta cut weight. Then when the little mama calls me, like, hey, we're gonna hang out tonight. I can't, because my fucking coach lives with me when I'm like in camp, you know, and he's like making sure I can't even see you for like, I don't know what, because they're going nuts over here, bro.
You don't even smack on the weekend, though?
I can't even say all that right now. We're being recorded.
Oh, my God. Turn these cameras off. The episode's
I got a
over.
microphone, man. It's crazy, bro.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's see if Derek can learn the flying knee.
Round 3.
Round 3, baby.
We're gonna start with the low kick or straight to the knee? Because I thought you wanted a low kick, they said too.
I don't want any of this shit.
Oh, you want to
I think just the knee.
Just the knee?
I think just straight up
Just
the
don't
knee.
move, because remember, the rib will puncture the lung and you 5 minutes
See,
dead.
that's what terrifies me.
Yeah, so don't move. So just stay
I'm gonna
like
move.
this.
I'm gonna move. I'm
That's
gonna
gonna be a
flinch.
bad, it's gonna fucking hurt you if you make it.
Close your eyes.
I can't.
Oh, he did sign the waiver.
I'm not.
Oh, he signed
Yeah,
the waiver.
he's already signed a death
No, why-
waiver. We own his carcass.
Hey, why don't we
Bro.
just do I
Tell me
learned
what
how
speed
to...
you wanted at.
That's how you learn. I would just, you know,
From 1 to 10.
I think just like let him feel it, but don't like hurt him. You know what I mean?
Say a number, 1 to 10. I like this dude, man. 2?
I like you, too, man.
Not no more. I take it 2 from 1 to 10 being the hardest, man.
Look at that man.
20?
Look at that man.
But don't move. Wait
Oh,
up.
I'm gonna move.
I gotta warm up.
Bro,
I
you
gotta
can't
stretch.
be
I gotta
running at me like
stretch.
that.
Don't act
Bro,
scared.
I'm terrified. Oh, dude.
He's getting warmed up.
Bro, but he looks at me right in the eye, dude. He's
He's
like,
just getting warmed up.
dude.
He's just getting warmed
I'm
up.
looking at death running at me.
Get more hurt.
Okay. All right, no, bro. Like,
Nick Diaz is gonna see this video, and what are you gonna do?
why don't I do it and you just like,
Let's
ready?
see.
Like,
Let me.
It was like a skip.
I don't want to break your fingers.
You got
no, I
Go
mean,
like
don't-
this.
I can't.
You got this.
Oh, okay.
You got it.
Oh, he's gonna do it one of these times. No,
got
stop.
this, bro. You got
It's almost there. I almost got it.
I'm gonna move.
Get it together, Derek.
Well, what you're gonna need to do is somebody gets him in the old school full Nelson like this, straight splayed-o'd. Flop like that, just crucified.
Locked him up like this.
Locked up.
Hey,
That's
stop.
it.
No,
That's literally it.
No, stop. No.
Don't move.
No. I'm not.
There's been enough PTSD for a month. Leave him alone, man. Look at him, he's sweating. You almost died in there, bro.
I feel like I learned quite a bit in here.
But wait, you can't be talking wild like that no more, bro.
What?
This is like your look. I'm blessing you, right? Because then if they get you, it's your fault, man.
Yeah. No, I learned my lesson.
I feel bad.
He's scared. I feel bad.
scared,
But he's also like, he's like Ben Askren. Like,
Oh, he's gonna start talking shit
yeah,
tomorrow?
he'll literally start talking
Hey.
shit from like outside the ring or something.
You're not gonna talk shit tomorrow though online though. I forgave you.
Tomorrow? Hey, what happens online, man?
I'll send you his address.
Yeah, you'll see me again, for sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's episode. Make sure you smash that like button, hit subscribe, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Boom.